Hi, it's Anna-Kaisa. I'm so glad you're here. You may have noticed all the single yoga pose videos on my channel. So today I'd like to weave all those yoga poses into a yoga routine. So let's get started.
And now, for the rejuvenation of spirit and the well-being of body and mind, we have this ancient practice.
Let's start our yoga class with some diaphragmatic breathing. Let's find a comfortable seat, whichever way is the most comfortable for you. And you can close your eyes if you'd like. And just begin to breathe, letting the diaphragm do most of the work. You can place one hand at the heart as well. Here, only your hand on your belly should be moving. Focus on your breathing and the air flowing into your body. Let go of everything else that may be going on in your life. There's nowhere you need to be right now. There's nothing else you need to be thinking about right now. Let yourself come into this moment and breathe. Let's open our eyes. Let's go ahead and get going with the warm-up. I'd like to start with some bicycles. So sit down with your feet in front of you and lean back a little bit. And here, start bicycling your feet and your legs. If this is difficult for you, you can always lean back more. Even lay your head down. Try not to lean too much back so that your abs will be doing most of the work. And let's reverse. Get our brain going as well. Good. You can stop. Now, let's open our hips. Come into a kneeling position and bring your left foot forward. Here, you can place your hands on your thigh and lean forward to stretch the right hip flexor and then come back up. And let's stretch, come up. Let's pulse like this a few more times. And breathe. For a deeper stretch, you can bring the left foot even further forward but don't let the knee go past the ankle. You can continue doing this movement if you'd like, or join me in warming up the thighs. Tuck your right toes in, and here lift your knee off the floor and back down. Lift and down. Lift, and one more time. Good. And now let's place the foot back on the floor and stay here in the lunge for a few moments. You can deepen the stretch by lifting your chest. Great. Let's repeat on the right side. Now bring the right foot forward. Begin to pulse. You can make sure your knee is not going past the ankle. Breathe. You can match your breathing with the movement. Exhale as you lunge, and inhale as you come up. And now, if you feel up for it, tuck your left toes in, lift the knee off the floor, and bring it down. Again. Down. Up, and straighten the knee, and down. And once more. And now let's stay in the lunge and lift the chest up to stretch the hip flexor. Very good. Now let's do the same thing to the side. Bring your left foot out to the same level as the knee. And begin to pulse. Lean to the left and back to center. Lean and center. Keep your spine long. Again, you can exhale as you lunge to the side and inhale as you come up. Here again, don't let the knee go past the ankle, and let's hold here for a few moments. Keep your chest facing forward. And inhale back up. And let's repeat to the right. Exhale, lunge, inhale, back up. And now let's stay here for a few breaths. Of course, if this is tough for your knee, go ahead and use some cushioning like a blanket or a towel or whatever you might have at home. Really nicely opens the hips here. And inhale up. Great. And find a comfortable seat again. Let's do a few warm-ups for the spine. Let's rotate to the left and back to center and right and left and right. Exhale as you rotate. And inhale as you come back at center. Once more to the right. Good. And let's do some shoulder rotations. First, backward. Squeeze the shoulder muscles. And forward. Good. And let's stretch the wrists a little bit. First, the left. Gently pull back your fingers. And the right. And a few rotations for the wrists to both directions. All right, so let's start with our first pose. First pose is Parighasana, the gate pose. So for this one, I really like to use a blanket to cushion. Come into kneeling and bring your left foot directly to the side with the foot on the floor, or if it's more comfortable to point the toes upward, that's fine, or you can place a blanket under your foot as well. Keep the right thigh vertical and never place any weight on the knee. And keep your leg here engaged again for knee safety. Face your chest forward and inhale. Stretch tall and exhale. Fold at the hip and bend to the left. Relax the shoulder. Face your palm down toward the right foot. And feel that you are lengthening up through the crown of your head. Don't allow your spine to twist or bend forward or backward. Imagine you're in between two panes of glass. And breathe. Tuck your pelvis in if you have tendency for sway back. And if your neck is healthy, glide the chin in and turn your head to look up past the upper arm. Keep your breath flowing. And focus in your spine. Make note of any feeling. Mentally affirm. Waves of joy surge upward in my spine. Waves of joy surge upward in my spine. Always feel free to come out of a pose when you need to. And now let's inhale, stretch tall and straighten the body. Exhale, circle the right arm down. Let's pause in firm pose. You can close your eyes. And take note of what's happening in the body. If you know this pose, now is your chance to really go deep and inward and focus on what's going on, what's happening in the body. And let's repeat on the right side. Come back to the kneeling and bring the right leg straight to the side. Check that your left thigh is vertical. Inhale and circle your Left hand up, stretch tall, and exhale. Fold at the hips and bend to the right. Don't place any weight on your knee and keep that right leg engaged. Glide your chin in and turn your head to look up past the left upper arm. If you ever feel that it's hard to breathe, then back off a little bit. That means that you have gone too far. If it's hard to breathe, that means that energy cannot really flow as well as it could. Breathe from your diaphragm, smoothly and naturally. And keep your awareness in your spine. Do you feel yourself becoming uplifted? Use the affirmation to help you feel the energy of this pose. Affirm silently. Waves of joy surge upward in my spine. And let's inhale, stretch tall, and exhale. Your arm down. You can come into firm pose or any other comfortable seated position to integrate the effects of this pose. And notice the energy in your body. Bring all that energy you have just awakened into your spine and up the spine to the point between the eyebrows, to the seat of concentration, of joy and creativity. Let's move on to our next pose now, which is Janushirasana, the head to the knee pose, or the head toward the knee pose that I like to call it, because the main goal is not really to get the head to the knee. So again, I'd like to use the blanket. I really encourage everyone to use a blanket to help us keep the back straight, because the first phase, and for those who have any spinal issues, it's best to keep the back as straight as possible and keep that lower back curve intact. So stretch your legs out in front of you and bend the right knee and rotate at the hip joint as you place your knee to the floor. The right sole of the foot can touch the left inner thigh. Face your breastbone directly toward the left foot, and here keep the back straight. So it can be a little hard to do this, but add more elevation here. That will help. But if you have to add more than just one blanket or a thin cushion, then place something under the knee, like I showed you in my single pose video. And now let's inhale and sweep our hands along the front side of the body, overhead. Lengthen up, exhale and fold at the hip, but keep your lower back straight and bring your hands down to the leg or on the floor or wherever they land comfortably. But here it's very important to keep the lower back straight. So the folding at the hip joint can be very minimal, and that's okay, as long as the lower back stays straight. You notice that I'm not going forward very much here. As you inhale, lengthen up through the crown of your head. And as you exhale, see if you can fold a little bit more forward, but keep that lower back straight. This is the first active phase of this pose. Now, if your back is healthy, let's inhale and lengthen one more time, and exhale and bend your spine all the way, bringing the head toward the knee. Keep the left leg engaged, and you can wrap your hands around the foot, leave them on the floor or on the leg. Here, let the upper body relax completely. Don't pull yourself deeper with your hands. Any further deepening of the stretch should come through relaxation, not through effort. Breathe space into the areas in your body where you feel tension and where you feel the stretch. Enjoy the energy releasing. And feel yourself becoming calm. Focus deeply on this feeling as you mentally affirm, left and right and all around, life's harmonies are mine. Left and right and all around, life's harmonies are mine. Now let's walk ourselves back up. Slowly, and inhale, sweeping your arms up. Stretch tall, and exhale your arms down. Come into a comfortable seated position to enjoy the effects of this pose. And draw the energy from the left leg into the spine, to the point between the eyebrows. And let's go ahead and repeat on the right leg. Stretch out your legs in front of you, bend your left knee, and rotate at the hip to bring the knee on the floor. At the very edge of the blanket, and face your breastbone at the right foot. Inhale, sweep your hands up, stretch tall and lengthen up. Exhale and fold at the hip, and bring your hands down on the leg or on the floor. Again, check that your lower back stays straight. Keep the breath flowing. And continue to lengthen your spine as you inhale, and fold at the hips as you exhale if there is more space there. Now let's inhale one more time to lengthen. And exhale, lead with your heart as you bend forward into the full forward bend. Relax your upper body, but keep the right leg engaged. Feel that as you inhale, you're feeling the areas where you feel the stretch with space. Continue to focus on the feeling of calmness, of serenity, and mentally affirm left and right and all around. Life's harmonies are mine. Left and right and all around. Life's harmonies are mine. Now let's release our hands. Walk yourself up. Inhale and sweep your hands up. Lengthen your spine and exhale. Your hands down and come into a comfortable seated position. Consciously draw this energy from your legs and perhaps from your lower back. Wherever you feel energy, bring it to the spine and to the point between the eyebrows. Our next pose is Salabhasana, the Locust pose. So we can set the blanket or whatever you had aside and lay down on the mat on your belly. Forehead on the floor and your arms beside you, your palms facing your body. Press your pubic bone on the floor. Inhale, lift your chest, your arms, and your legs up into a graceful backward bend. An easier variation of this pose is to do with your arms in front of you and alternating. So this is an option if you'd like. Don't jackknife your head. Keep it in the same alignment as the rest of your spine. Reach back with your toes and forward and slightly up with the crown of your head. Keep your breath flowing. Feel your body becoming filled with freedom and joy. You can help this feeling by having an inward smile and mentally affirming, I soar upward on wings of joy. I soar upward on wings of joy. And let's exit. Inhale and exhale down. You can use your hands as a pillow or simply turn your head to one side to enjoy the effects of this pose. And feel the energy in your body, especially in the spine. Continue to move the energy inward and upward. And now let's push ourselves up for our next pose, which is Vasishthasana, Vasishtha's pose. I presented lots of variations for this pose in the previous video, but a quick recap. You can do the pose like this from a high plank, or with your elbow on the floor, or with the knees on the floor. So find your favorite variation. Start in the high plank with the knees on the floor or with the elbow on the floor. Bring the knees or feet together. Inhale and rotate your weight onto your left hand. Reach up through the right hand and keep your body in a straight line. This pose is very invigorating, but go inward and find a place of calmness, of determination, and of willpower in your body, and focus on that. Mentally affirm: the calm fire of my concentration burns all restlessness, all distraction. Don't let your body collapse on your shoulder. Keep it strong and lengthen up strongly. Now let's exit, exhale, and rotate slowly and gracefully back into the plank. You can proceed into extended child's pose or stay in any comfortable seated position. To enjoy the vitalizing effect of this pose. And now let's do it on the right side. Coming to your plank with your feet or knees together. Inhale and rotate onto the right hand. And you can also place your foot in front, the bottom foot. Or if you'd like, you can rotate your head to look up. Keep your body in a straight line. Don't let it arc up or sag down. Find that feeling of determination, calm focus, and continue to mentally affirm: the calm fire of my concentration burns all restlessness, all distraction. And let's exit and exhale and rotate back into the plank. And find a comfortable seated position or the extended child's pose. This pose also energizes the spine. So keep your awareness there. Draw the energy you have cultivated into the spine. deeper and deeper. Excellent. Now let's move on to our next pose, Ardha Matsyendrasana, the half spinal twist. For this pose again, I recommend to use a blanket to help keep the back straight. You may be noticing there's a pattern. The blanket, if we sit on it, is used to help keep the lower back straight. And often it's because we want to limit the movement of the spine to just one type of movement. So now that we're doing a twist, the goal is to not bend the spine in any other direction, sideways or forward or backward. So when we sit on the blanket, it keeps the lower back straight, so the lower back is not rounding. So sit at the edge of the blanket or the cushion or the bath towel or whatever you have. So let's bring the knees to the chest. Bring the right foot to the left hip and place the left foot on the outside of the right knee. If this causes your hip to hover, just keep the foot on the inside of the knee. You can even give yourself more space by placing the foot forward, if you'd like, whatever is more comfortable for you. If your hip rises up, it causes a bend in the spine, which we're trying to avoid. So whichever variation you're using, let's start there. And check that your weight is evenly distributed on both sit bones. Your right knee is pointing straight forward. And bring your right hand to your left knee. And you can place the left hand behind your back or as a kickstand. This helps especially to keep the back straight. We will do the twist in 3 phases, in 3 breaths. So as we inhale, we lengthen the spine upward, and as we exhale, we rotate the spine. And we'll start the lower back, then the upper back, and finally the neck. So try to isolate that twist into only that area that we're twisting at a time. So let's inhale. Lengthen the spine upward. Exhale and rotate only the lower back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, rotate the upper back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and turn the neck. Try not to use your hands to pull yourself deeper into the twist. If you'd like, you can hug the knee or even place the hand underneath the knee. Keep breathing smoothly and naturally. And continue to lengthen upward through the crown of your head. Check that your shoulders are level. And bring your awareness to your heart area. This twist opens the heart and the chest. And it helps us to feel love and compassion and all these kinds of feelings more deeply. So let's use the affirmation to help us tune more deeply into that feeling. Silently repeat, I radiate love and goodwill to soul friends everywhere. I radiate love and goodwill to soul friends everywhere. And now let's exit in the opposite order in 3 breaths. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and rotate your head back to center. Inhale, lengthen. Now your upper back. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, rotate your lower back to center. You can pause in any comfortable seated position or in victorious pose. Notice what's going on in the body and enjoy the effect of this pose. Twists offer a squeeze and soak effect, which brings new blood into the organs. See if you can feel that effect. Let's repeat the other side. Bring your knees into the chest and find your variation that you like for this pose. Knee pointing straight forward. Spine tall and weight evenly on both sit bones. Bring the right hand behind you. And let's do this rotation now in 1 breath only. Inhale and lengthen your spine. Exhale and first rotate the lower back, then the upper back, and finally the neck. Continue keeping your awareness in your heart. Let that feeling of love and compassion and gratitude expand. Affirm mentally, I radiate love and goodwill to soul friends everywhere. I radiate love and goodwill to soul friends everywhere. Let's release the pose in 1 breath again. Let's inhale, lengthen. Exhale, rotate your neck. Then your upper back, and now your lower back to center. Pause in any comfortable seated position. And feel. Focus on your spine. Twists are very beneficial for the spine, for its physical health, as well as energetically. Draw the energy you're feeling deeper and deeper into the spine. Now let's finish our yoga routine with Matsyasana, the fish pose. You can set the blanket aside. and lay down on the mat. Matsyasana is a mild inversion, so it helps us bring blood to the brain, which is very beneficial for all the mental functions. Here, let's place our hands under our buttocks and sit bones. One by one, engage the legs. Keep your elbows close to the body, shoulder width apart. And inhale, lift your chest up and only lightly touch the back of the top of your head on the floor. Don't let the head to jackknife. Reach up with the chest. Use your arms to support and uplift you. Try to relax as much as you can, even though you're working hard at the same time. And feel that you're floating on something very soft and calming. Mentally affirm, my soul floats on waves of cosmic light. My soul floats on waves of cosmic light. Let's exit now. Tuck your chin in and slowly lower your upper body back to the floor. Release your hands and pause in Savasana, corpse pose. Notice what's going on in the legs, in the arms, in the spine, and in the head. Keep drawing all this energy inward and upward to the point between the eyebrows. Let's go directly into deep relaxation in Savasana. So feel free to cover yourself with a blanket. If you'd like, you can make a roll with the blanket and place it under your knees or under your head or your neck. Keep your feet a little bit wider than hip width, and hands and arms in about 45-degree angle from the body, palms facing upward. Wherever they are comfortable. When we lie down, the energy tends to dissipate and go outward from the body into the limbs. So let's keep bringing the energy we have awakened and cultivated and released into the spine and to the point between the eyebrows. Imagine that your body is filled with little streams of energy that are flowing into the spine, and from there upward to the point between the eyebrows. Let your body relax completely. It has been said that the corpse pose is the hardest, the most difficult pose of them all, because it is so hard to relax the body completely. So let's let go of all tension, all muscle work, all movement. Mentally affirm after me: bones, muscles, movement. I surrender now. Anxiety, elation, and depression. Churning thoughts. All these I give into the hands of peace. Uplift your gaze behind closed eyes. And keep bringing the energy inward and upward. Now let's begin to wiggle our toes and fingers, gently making that movement larger to involve the legs and the arms. You can stretch the arms. And bring the knees to your chest. Now let's roll onto the right side and push yourself up. Let's find a comfortable seated position for meditation. You can sit on the floor. The blanket or the cushion, again, is a very useful thing to help keep the back straight and help you to sit more comfortably with a more relaxed body. Of course, you can use a meditation bench or sit on the chair. All of those are really great options, and the best option is the one that is the most comfortable and relaxing way for you to sit. Regardless of how you're sitting, let's bring the hands, palms up on your thighs, close to the junction of the thighs and abdomen. Uplift your chest and relax your shoulders. Keep your spine straight and tall in its natural curves. Your chin level. You can close your eyes. Uplift your gaze to look slightly upward, as if you were looking at a distant mountaintop. Gazing upward helps to stimulate the area around the point between the eyebrows, which helps us to focus more deeply. Breathe naturally with your belly, with your diaphragm. And don't control your breath in any way. Just let it flow on its own accord. Become the observer of your own breath. Be keenly interested in your breath, in its rhythm, in its depth, in how it feels as it passes through your nostrils. Keep your awareness in your nose and in the point where you can feel the air flowing most easily. Even though your awareness is in your nose, keep your eyes uplifted. Keep your face and your eyes relaxed and soft. If your mind wanders, gently but firmly bring it back to watching the breath in the nose. Now let's release the technique of watching the breath in the nose by gently inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth 3 times in quick succession. Hold the breath out as long as it's comfortable to feel this deep stillness before the next breath flows in naturally. Continue to breathe naturally without controlling the breath. But don't pay attention to the breath anymore. Simply sit in stillness and let your body be absorbed in deep peace. Now let's do a brief visualization for the feeling of patience. These days, it's so easy to become impatient because we are not able to do all the things that we were able to do in the past. But there's not much we can do about it other than wait and do our best to not make the situation worse. Now imagine your mental sky. Do you see any dark clouds of anger, of worry, or impatience darkening your sky? Feel a ray of peace radiating from the points between the eyebrows. Like a laser beam, it dissolves each cloud one by one. Watch them slowly dissolve, clearing up the sky. Feel yourself becoming more free and contented in the natural pace and rhythm of things. Let go of wanting for things to happen sooner. Become a part of the natural flow and the rhythm of the world. Feel contented in its pace. There is no rush, only peace. Now let's prepare to come back into the room. Inhale deeply and exhale. Now let's open our eyes. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is a great routine that you can repeat every day if you'd like. For one, it bends the spine in all directions, so it's really great for spinal health. But also it offers a variety of feelings that you can feel through the poses, from calmness to joy to love. So you can even do each of these poses when you need to feel that certain feeling in your daily life. I'd like to also mention that I offer private online instruction in yoga and meditation. So if you'd like some private classes, let me know. I would be happy to be your yoga teacher outside of these videos too. I really do hope you enjoyed this class. Let me know what you think, and I look forward to seeing you very soon.